हेलो माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स एंड फ्रेंड्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल किड्स लर्निंग क्लासरूम स्टाइल। मैं शिखा और आप सबको मेरा जय श्री श्याम। ये हमारा थर्ड वीडियो है ऑन साइंस टॉपिक और अभी हम साइंस में क्या कर रहे हैं। करेंटली वी आर डूइंग ह्यूमन बॉडी और कौन सा पार्ट कर रहे हैं, वी आर डूइंग टीथ। And till now, what all have we covered? Let's have a quick discussion and then we'll move forward today with structure of a tooth. So we have covered teeth. What are teeth? Teeth are hard, calcified structure in the mouth. What is the primary function of teeth? Teeth helps us in biting and grinding the food. There are other secondary functions of the teeth like teeth helps in speech and also in facial appearance. And any individual generally has two sets of teeth. One is milk or temporary teeth, which is 20 in numbers. The kid starts to growing teeth from the age of 6 to 1 year, and by the age of 3, the first 20 sets of teeth is developed. Then by the age of 6, the process of the milk teeth falling starts, and then they are replaced by permanent teeth, which are 32 in numbers. So this process of teeth falling and being replaced by permanent teeth is completed by the age of early teenage, which is 13 to 14 years. And in adult, we have total 32 number in teeth. Yes. Then my dear students, we had covered the types of teeth. So there are 4 types of teeth. What are they? Incisors, canine, premolars and molars. So what are incisors? Incisors are total 8 in numbers. So the front teeth are the incisors. Beside them are the canine, which are 4 in numbers. Then we have premolars, which are beside canine, and they are in 8 numbers. And then we had beside molars at the end we have the molars, which are 12 in number, the maximum they are in. Out of this 12 molars, 4 molar which grows during the late teens or early 20s are called the wisdom teeth. And these are the notes that I had shared with you, my dear students. In case you have missed any of my video, do watch them so that it will help you to understand the context that we are developing from each session, each video that I'm uploading, and you get a more clarity of the particular topic. Today we will discuss the structure of the tooth. So here I have drawn the tooth picture. So this is how the tooth looks like. So the upper part till this curve is the crown, the little curve is the neck, and the below part is the root. However, in detail we'll study. However, generally the tooth that is being discussed or being taught are the 2 parts. So they are crown and the root. So what is the crown? So as we can see, the crown is the upper part of the tooth that is visible to us. The root part we can't see. So the below root part of the teeth is what we cannot see, as they are under our gum. Yes. So for crown, what I have written, it is the upper part of the tooth that is visible to us. The crown of the tooth is covered. So this crown of the tooth is covered by a hard, white, shiny material called enamel. So what is the covering that this tooth has, the crown has? It is a hard, white, shiny material which is called enamel. And in exams, my dear students, we may have a question of what is enamel, or it can be in the form of fill in the blanks, as in how what is the hard, white, shiny material that the crown is covered with. So the answer will be enamel. It is the hardest substance in our body. The point to be noted, my dear students, here is very important. It is hardest substance in our body. So in our body, this enamel is the hardest substance, and it protects the tooth from wear and tear. And what does it protect? It protects the tooth from wear and tear. So this is what basically this is the function of enamel. Yes, so this is the only thing that comes in crown. This is the upper part of the tooth which is visible to us. This is covered by a hard white shiny material called enamel. And what's the function of enamel? Enamel protects the tooth from wear and tear, and enamel is the hardest substance in our body. Now we'll discuss in detail about the root. So the root is the lower part of the tooth that is covered by gums, and that's why we cannot see it. It is made up of cementum that anchors the tooth to the jaw bone. So what does it mean? So cementum means it is a thin layer of bony material that fixes the teeth to the jaw. So in this picture, my dear students, if we see the outer, so basically the part above our neck is the jaw portion, here. So these are the jaw portion here. This is the jaw portion here, and this is the root, which is the lower part of the tooth, is made up of cementum that fixes the teeth to the jaw bone. Then what is okay, so my dear students, I have also this picture to explain here. Now if I'll show you quickly, so this is the tooth here. The silver part which is here, the white part, the silver part which is here is the uppermost part, and this is the enamel part of the tooth. Yes, below enamel is dentine. What does dentine does? Dentine is a layer that protects the inner part of the tooth. So the inner part of the tooth, so this part which is in red color, this dentine protects this inner part of the tooth. And what does this inner part called? This is called the pulp or pulp cavity. And in this pulp, if you will see, my dear students, there are a number of nerves and blood vessels, and these blood vessels keep the tooth alive. So if you're asked that what does the blood vessels does, so your answer will be blood vessels keep the tooth alive. The soft tissues, so here if you can see, these are the soft tissues that surround the base of the tooth, which is called gum, and the gum holds the teeth. So this here red part, if you see, this is the gum part, and it holds the teeth in its place. So what are the layers in the tooth that we have? The upper part is covered with enamel, then below enamel we have dentine, then below dentine we have pulp, and in the pulp we have blood vessels and nerves. And what does dentine does? Dentine protects the innermost part of the tooth, which is pulp, and the blood vessel which is inside the pulp keeps the tooth alive. And here, my dear students, we will also learn the labeling, because in exams this could be the most scoring part to draw and label the structure of a tooth. So in science exams, as my dear students, we climb the ladder, like we go to our higher classes, you will be getting questions to draw or label some part of like this teeth. Then we had also discussed in plants parts. So in the coming chapters we will be also discussing something about our digestive system. So there also few parts we can get in exams to draw and label. And my dear students, believe me, this is the most important and the most scoring part of the paper. Yes, quickly let's take a note of it, what we have discussed in oral. Root is the lower part of the tooth that is covered by gums. It is made up of cementum that anchors the tooth to the jaw bone. Below enamel layer lies the dentine. We'll quickly have a discussion along with the picture. Dentine protects the inner part of the tooth called pulp. In the pulp portion of the tooth lies the nerves and blood vessels, and these all I have discussed with you. These blood vessels keep the tooth alive. Again, this is very important, my dear students. This is very important function, so I have marked it as 2 stars. The soft tissue that surrounds, these are the soft tissues that surrounds the base of the tooth is called gum. The gum hold the teeth in place. And quickly, my dear students, though I am not very good in drawing, my dear students, but for you, for you all to learn and understand more, I am doing this. So as I told that this is the outer covering part of the tooth, and this is covered by hard shiny material called enamel. This is called enamel. Yes, and below enamel, this yellow portion is called dentine. Below dentine, this pink part or the red part is the pulp. Yes, yeah, and then this pink part is the gum. And my dear students, why I have marked here a different arrow is because this is the area where actual root canal treatment is done. That's why I'm writing it here as root canal. Then the below part, if you see here where there's a curve down here, this is the cementum. And what does the cementum does? It holds the tooth to the jaw bone. And if you see below, I have done another marking. So here, if you see, this is a full nerves and the blood vessels that's coming from the pulp. So this is called nerve and blood vessel. And here, my dear students, if I will mention one more, so the small part here are the bones. Yes, so if you see, if we'll remember this step by step, it will become very easy. The uppermost part is covered by enamel, then below enamel is the dentine, then below dentine is the pulp. The pulp has the blood vessels and nerves. Then this entire structure is held up by the soft tissue that surrounds the tooth base is called gum. Then the blood vessels, which is inside pulp, keeps the tooth alive, and this is also the area where the root canal treatment is done. Then below the gums are the bone, the jaw bones that we have, and the structure through which this tooth is held to the jaw bone is called cementum. Yes, so this part of the portion, my dear students, means the structure. To understand the structure of the tooth part we have covered, and I have made few questions that you may get in your exams related to this. Quickly have a check on that. So draw and label the structure of the tooth. So in front of you only, my dear students, that part I have done. So then what do we call the visible part of the teeth? So what would be the answer of this? The answer will be crown. And this is a short answer. What is the function of the dentine? So what does dentine does? It protects the inner part of the tooth called pulp. So this is the pulp, this is the dentine. It protects the inner part of the tooth, which is called pulp. Where does nerve and blood vessels lie? It lies in pulp portion of the tooth. Then what is gum and its function? So what is gum, my dear students? So gum is the soft tissue that surrounds the base of the tooth is called gum. And what is its function? Its function is to hold the teeth in place. Then what is the soft part present inside dentine? So what is that soft part? That soft part is pulp cavity. And also, my dear students, like this I have just made a little one line definition. Crown, the part of the tooth above the gum. Enamel, the hard outer covering of a tooth. Pulp, the soft tissue inside the dentine made up of nerves and blood vessels. What is dentine? The middle layer of the tooth is called dentine, and root, the part of the tooth inside the gum. So my dear students, this can come in your exams as define the following, or you may also get as match the following. So that's why I'm trying to cover and explain you guys in detail the maximum of my activity. Yes, now we'll quickly have a check on we'll discuss the functions of our teeth. So what are the functions of our teeth? So our teeth helps us in binding and chewing the food. Then what else? They give shape to our face. Teeth along with the tongue help in speech. So this we have discussed in the initial part of the video also. And then what does gum does? Gum holds the teeth in their